I remember the day that I got the call from the army, come report to your base, come defend your land, it is wartime, stop everything you're doing. And so many others like me did that. One had a restaurant in Morocco, one was climbing a mountain with Sherpas helping him in the snow, and he skied down and he said, I've been called upon to defend my land. Who would have guessed? I thought it would be a 6-day war, maybe it's a week, maybe 2. But here it is, so almost 2 years later, and it's still continuing. People say, how well is this going? Where are the results? I mean, Hezbollah's trying to rearm. They're hiding things in the mountains. IDF is finding it, destroying it, taking out their leaders. I guess Naim Qassem, their new leader, is still making death threats. And people say, how well is this working? Well, 80% of the hostages have been returned. Rocket fire from Gaza is super down, hardly any. Around 20,000 Hamas terrorists eliminated. Sure, they're trying to get more, but they're not as experienced as the Nukhba was. Most of Hamas's senior leadership has been eliminated. We had these playing cards with each of the big bad names like Sinwar, and U.S. is backing a plan to evacuate them. There's countries that are agreeing to evacuate, and the place has really been a lot of the infrastructure has been removed. Sure, we still have a lot more tunnels to remove. They're hard to find, but we're at it. Thousands of Hezbollah terrorists eliminated. Remember Operation Grim Beeper? 80% of Hezbollah's capabilities have been destroyed. Hezbollah leadership has been hit very, very hard. Finances in both Hamas and Hezbollah. Hezbollah is not hardly firing anything on us. They're staying pretty quiet, except they're trying to rebuild, as I said. Iranian axis of evil has been fractured. The octopus arms have been fractured, not totally broken, not defeated. I know they're still trying to go for a nuclear weapon, but we pushed out the Syrian militias, like the Badr force in Iraq also is about to disband or has already begun disbanding. IDF is now controlling the whole entire Mount Hermon as a security high place, in southern Syria as well, with bases in Lebanon right now, and Houthis are taking unprecedented strikes, but being shut down by the United States and by Israel. Many of Iran's air defenses are now neutralized. And about 1,000 terrorists eliminated in Judea and Samaria. That was a powder keg. That we've put the pressure on that area, and tens of thousands are evacuated from terrorist zones in Judea and Samaria. So it is truly a hard and long thing to do a war. But we're seeing the winds are blowing. Hey, look at what's going on in Saudi Arabia, the massive sandstorm. Look at how a real choice is nations are making a choice. They can look at, do they want anarchy? Do they want violent jihadism in their country, in Europe, in the United States, in Canada? Is that what they want? They can see it for what it is. Or do they want freedom, democracy, the Judeo-Christian way of life? I love these voices like Douglas Murray, Ben Shapiro, Nate Buzolik. He stood up. Nate Buzz is. I just love these voices, and they stand up in these times and they say, "Look, enough's enough. Enough's enough. We see the reality, and we're willing to speak truth, and we must speak truth." He posted this on his way to New York. He posted this verse, Psalms 138, verse 8, and he said, "This is to the Jewish people in this time: the Lord avenges you, O Lord, your loyal love endures. Do not abandon those who you have made." That is God's covenant, and he will keep his word to Israel.
Terrorism has spread all across the world, but the path to peace begins right here on this ancient soil in this sacred land. America is prepared to stand with you in pursuit of shared interests and common security. But the nations of the Middle East cannot wait for American power to crush this enemy for them. The nations of the Middle East will have to decide what kind of future they want for themselves, for their country, and frankly, for their families and for their children. It's a choice between two futures, and it is a choice America cannot make for you. A better future is only possible if your nations drive out the terrorists and drive out the extremists. Drive them out. Drive them out of your places of worship. Drive them out of your communities. Drive them out of your holy land. and drive them out of this earth.